Hello, investor and trader. Welcome back to an episode of Live Day Trading Recap. Man, today is such a good day. I lost 4,000 bucks, 4K. It cannot get any more high definition 4K loss. No, just kidding. But I did took a pretty decent sized loss today. Not a big loss, not a small loss, pretty somewhere in between. My comfort zone of taking a loss. And I'll explain how I lost it. There are several factors, and I think it was a pretty good lesson. So if you recall my last video, that I did set that from the 10 all the way to the 19, and notice today's the 18th, so one more day, I need to leave my house around 8 o'clock California time. Cannot continue trading and recording. If I want to continue trading, I gotta drive somewhere or, you leave the house and then pull my phone and start trading on my phone due to personal reason, because that will become a factor that, well, we talk about that in a little bit. So let me explain how did I take this loss. As you can see, this was yesterday's footage. It's on the 17 right here. So notice the time is almost 7 o'clock. So I'm still can trade. And one of my favorite strategy is catch a falling knife. So let me pass forward a little bit. So right here, almost 7 o'clock. So I know I have an hour left of trading. Notice something right here. PAGS, it already falls over 7%. Meanwhile, I was waiting the entire time right here. This is the 5 minute. The formation looks pretty good, right? Classic textbook how to catch a falling knife. You wait for the reversal signal and you catch a higher high. Notice all red right here, then suddenly this green bar starts forming. And notice I haven't jumped in yet. I want to wait for the whole 5 minutes just to see, is it a big green bar or not? If you saw that like a bullish engulfing bar kind of, to show that, okay, this is a reversal. Or it just be another bull trap. So I jumped in right there. So you can see this is a pretty good, formation. The only problem was it kind of short-lived. So I kind of knew that already. It's just that it didn't hit my price target to take a profit, because my price target was around right here, at least near the 34, like 50 cents, 40 cents. But notice here, I jumped in 3,000 shares. I had to size up because I don't expect this to bounce way up here to like 35 or something like that. So I sized up a little bit compared to my previous trade on PAGS to 3,000 shares. Now, 3,000 shares is not like I maxed out my share. I still could buy more if I have to. Always leave room for error, right? All right, so here's what went wrong. At one point, I was up a little bit, but like I said, I didn't hit my target. It hit like 68 cents at one point. So that was like, what, I don't know, a couple $100 up. Still did not hit my target, so I don't want to sell. I decided, okay, I'm going to hold on. Looks good right here so far, but here's the problem. At this point, it didn't really scare me as much. Not yet, nothing to worry about. Now, this right here, it got me a little bit like, is it a fake, or, to take all the hard stop out? Because everybody knows once you enter, you catch this knife, right? Ideally, you want to cut your loss right here if it breaks below it. I decided, you know what, I still can hold on. I mean, it's only down like, what, 50 cents per share? Looking good so far. Now this right here, yeah, at this point I should have cut my loss right there, but I decided not to do that. You can see it right here, right? Yeah, so I should have cut my loss right below 33. Take a $1,500 loss instead. But I was being stubborn, like, oh, it's only down like what, $1 per share? It's not much, right? That's at least what I thought at that time. But notice the time is getting near 8 o'clock. So this time right here, I already AFK my laptop. I'm getting dressed, getting ready to you leave the house. Now, that's the first mistake. When you're day trading, you don't want to leave the house. As in, you need to focus on the chart, right? But I was being comfortable, maybe because I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe I was being comfortable because I didn't go all sides, all in. So I decided, it'd be fine. It's already dropped 9%. How much lower can I go, right? In my mind at that time. So I'm just getting dressed and everything. And then I came back around 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh, shit. At this point, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm down more than $1 per share. I know I have 3,000 shares. That's over 3K down. I'm like, damn, how low can this thing actually go? So I'm like, maybe it'll bounce right here. But this funny part, you see how it shut off right here. At this point, I'm like, oh, I gotta leave the house. So I missed this bounce. So this is when the laptop shut off. So let me go today footage. All right, so this is today's footage. So I decided to hold overnight, and yeah, so that's another maybe another mistakes right there. Shouldn't hold overnight if you're day trading or plan to day trade it. But I was being comfortable that hey, maybe it'll bounce. So there's some good lesson to take away here. So when the market opens, right, today, see the date right here, either that or this, the 18. And I noticed on PAGS that, okay, this thing is tanking. Now notice right here, I put buy. I meant to exit. I don't know how I just put buy. So I meant to exit at this price right here, 32.67. But notice here, this is when I noticed that, hey, where's my P&L? I expected a red number right here, but nothing happened. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I just sized up three more thousand shares instead of cutting my losses. So I'm like, oh, are you serious, thing? But it took me a while to realize that. There we go. Now I realize, okay, it took like a minute later because sometimes Fidelity it lags. It would not update right away. So I'm like, dang man. So let me fast forward a little bit. So right here is when okay, this when the loss shows up, like maybe like another 15 minutes or something. Then I realize, oh, okay, wow, what a wow loss. So let me explain what happened here. Pause. So during this time right here, remember my laptop shut off. I cut right here. I gotta leave the house. Drive somewhere else. If I stay right, here's the takeaway. When you day trading, it is best just to sit there and see the chart instead of doing something else like pick up your kid or something, right? Because when you leave, you know, you could take a potential loss or miss the opportunity to cut even or take a profit, especially you are day trading. Now, if I were not to cut out the laptop, I know to get out somewhere right here, because I've been down quite a lot already. But unfortunately, I missed it. This whole time here, I was like away from my phone and everything. Like I said, I need to walk out. Then I came back around right here. I realized, oh, okay, it still looked like 32 is holding. And then I decided, I'm going to hold it overnight because it's really tanked a lot. I'm expecting a small bounce today, maybe to like 33 and a half or 34, and then boom to the downside. But as you see the pre-market right here, there's hardly any volume. And then the market open, I'm like, okay, when the market opens today, the Nasdaq went up a pretty not a lot, but pretty good. And I see this. Okay, this is not moving as I wanted to go to above 33. So I decided, okay, I need to cut my loss right now before it breaks below the $0.5. Unfortunately, I sized up instead of cut my loss. So now I have 6,000 shares. So I took another additional $1,000 loss because see the price difference here. End of the day with a whopping 4K loss. So what can we learn off of this 4K loss? Well, let me turn this off. Well, oops, sorry about that. Take this out. Okay, number one, my friend also had a loss today, a decent loss. He actually called me up too, like around noon. I'm very surprised. I thought I didn't have his number saved because we use Messenger app. All I see his name. It's a random number. I don't know why I pick up, but I pick up around noon California time. He asked me, "Hey, bro, I'm down pretty good." He asked me suggestions about taking losses. So here's my advice: if you have a big red day or a decent red day correlate to your account size, is just walk away. Do not force trade. Notice here when I took this loss, I didn't make another trade until I don't know, like another 3 hours later. But notice something here. I took a small size, like tiny, tiny size, like 50 shares. It's more. It's like practicing, not even considering profit no more. But the most important is enter and exit because I know 4K loss. That's over my limit already. My comfortable limit is around $1,000, $2,000 loss. That's like okay, I'm done for the day. But I took four, so I'm absolutely gonna be done. So that means I'm not revenge trading. Now revenge trading is pretty bad. You do not want to revenge trading. I've done that in the past, so I know. Also, how you say not aggressive trading. Another word, pretty much a revenge trading, right? Now you want to size up like, you know, 12,000 shares instead of 6,000 shares just to get that move. You know what I mean? That's the no. Do not do that. And I want to show you guys this picture right here. My friend sent me this a while back. This is pretty much true. So the most comfort loss for most traders is around 1 or 2% loss. Why? Because look, it's only take 1 or 2% back. You see what I mean? So it depends how big your account size is. Again, for me, I have a over $500,000 account size. Just in case you guys are wondering, it's around close between $500,000 and $1 million in terms of the buying power, not including margin. So 4K is like 1%, right? So that's why I'm very comfortable losing 1%. Because as you notice here, because there's a lot of trader misconception like that if you lost like I don't know, for example, 20-30%, like those bag holders on this stock right here, for instance, because this stock took a huge hit yesterday, and I got some messages from my friends that, hey man, I'm in this stock, I'm down like 30%, 40%, 50%. What should I do? Of course, I said on this picture and said, it's the same thing what I'm telling you guys right here. See, when you lost 30% or even near the 10% mark and above right here, notice how long it takes to get it back. Because when a new trader or beginner trader, like with a year, 2 year experience, they don't realize that, okay, if I lose 50%, all I gotta do is make up 50%, then I'll break even. No, you gotta make 100% in order to break even, right? So let me explain what I mean by that. So let's go to the chart right here, as we have one right here. Let's go to 1 year, for instance. Let me minimize that, let's make the chart look clean. Let's go 6 months. So let's say you bought the stock at 40. So let me draw right here. So pretend it's a buy zone, right? You bought this stock at 40 right here, near the top. Maybe that trader thinking, okay, retest the previous high, looks good right here, right here. Maybe it'll break out. Stochastic RSI is up. I'm gonna buy right here, 39 for instance. Next day, nope, and go down. And now this trader like, oh shit, right? Because you're already down over 20% right here in terms of percentage, and you decide to hold. I'm gonna hold this thing. It's only 20% down, but next thing you realize, now you're down, 50% now, right? Because half already. But you need to realize something. To get back to here, from 20 or 19, 20, something like that, all the way back to 40, that's 100%. Agreed? That's why this chart comes into play right here. So the sweet spot of taking a loss is right here. You see what I mean? That is why I have to cut my loss right here at PAGS, because I knew that if 30 would not hold, oops, wrong stock. So let's go to today, early beginning of the market, right here. I knew that if this cannot stay above 33, I need to cut my loss. Why? It's because that's just part of trading, guys. I mean, it's no perfect, once you hit your like in fact yesterday I should have cut my loss, right here, but I just being stubborn or overconfident, in other words. Because I know, during this time, like I said, I didn't enter full size, only 3,000 shares. For my account size, 3,000 shares, it's a pretty good size, but now like I'm overload. You know what I mean? I could add another several thousand shares if I want. And you saw me right this morning. I just added another 3,000 share by accident. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, so how you may ask, how do I know to cut my loss right here? But it's very simple. It's all come to the daily. That's why you have to analyze on the daily chart too, not just the intraday what's going on, right? Like this stock right here. If you enter here, the next day a gap below that or go down below that, you gotta cut your loss, or else it just continue to the downside because creating a new low, right? So yeah, that's the bottom line. So I don't know, take a screenshot of this chart or something. The sweet spot again is to lose this right here, maybe 10%. But over the deeper the hole is, the longer it takes to dig out, as you can see. That's why it's so important to cut your losses quickly. Now, there are several things I can do here. For the rest of the month, I'm still up. Don't get me wrong, I'm still up. This month, I'm up like 2,000 something. Still green, so that's good. That red is kind of ugly though. Now, the price might be different because this is unadjusted and this adjusted. So I'm still up for the month. So there are several things I can do for PAGS. I can make this money back by finding a better opportunity because this stock is kind of oversold. Eventually, I got to bounce, right? Tomorrow's Friday. Probably not a good idea to catch a nap on a Friday, but we will see. We will see. Or sell put option. If you have enough buying power, you can always buy puts. It's cash secure put. I can buy put option like 30 or 28, whatever. This right here, it goes by $2.50. So there are many ways to get your money back. During these kind of losses, especially small losses, it's much easier than taking a big loss and try to get your money back. Or just trade another stock, and it make your money back. Once you have a good strategy, a proven strategy, consistent profitable income, not income, consistent profitable over time, you'll be fine. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's not like end of the game, because some people, like my friend, he was pretty sad today that he took a pretty good loss for his account size, and it seems like he needs to go back to square one. So what happened was he just sized up a little too big for his account. He was making $100, $200 a month, so not a month, a day for his account size. That's pretty good. And then he wants to make 400, 500 within really quick. And I said, no, bro, you are jumping too fast. It's a process. First, you make $100 or $200 a month consistently for at least 6 months or more, technically a year or more. So that way you have a proven strategy. And then the next year you want to make $300, $400 a day, and then the next year $600, $700 a day, slowly to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day or more. You don't see. It's really rare to see a trader making ridiculous amount on YouTube. I don't know how much they make, but I see some people making crazy amount within a short period of time of trading, like less than 5 year trading or something like that. It's a process. You slowly graduate your monthly or daily goal, right? You don't want to just jump in right away. So that will happen for my friend, and he was just stressing out a little bit or feel bummed that he lost quite big. Because losing is just part of the game. As long as you don't quit and move forward, and especially you hit your daily loss, whatever number that is, just stay away from trading. Take a drive, go for a walk or something. Come back another day. I'll come back several days later so that your mind can refresh. Because trading is all about emotion. You don't have to come back and trade the same size. You can come back and trade small size. Look at this, right? Compare this size. You see what I mean? It's like a huge difference, like 6,000 to 50. Like, are you kidding me? Because you need to. It's all about the mental and the emotional game at the end of the day. You know, this trade right here is just more like catching a knife. Let's see, like, I still got this. Of course, I got it, right? If not, maybe I wouldn't be making this video. Yeah, I entered somewhere right here, right around the times right here, 12-ish. Where's 12-ish at? Here's the time right here. So let me see. Right, somewhere right here. It's going back up, right? And so maybe another 2 hour-ish, like $1 per share upside-ish. So I just sold it right here before the pullback. In the end, size, when you take a big loss, I highly recommend, number one, stay away from trading. Depends how big the loss. Let's say you take a big loss. Stay away from trading for a couple days if you have to. Get your emotionally that in order. If you do decide to continue, I highly recommend trade small, like this right here. You see, like your usual share is 100 shares. Trade 10 shares, one share if you have to. I do not recommend paper trading. It just simply has no emotion. You know what I mean? You can paper trade all day if you want, and you can make 1,000% return in 1 year if you want from paper trading. But it's totally different when you real trading, because that's where the emotion comes in. So start small again, maybe 10 shares instead of 100 shares, right? Or for me, normally 1,000 shares, 2,000. Look at me, 50 shares, man. It's like a joke. But that's the process you have to go through when you take a pretty decent sized loss. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video about taking a loss. I mean, it's just part of the game. All right, see you guys next video. Bye.